up, book friends? Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. My name is Leslie, and today I would like to do a brief book review of Stormfront by Jim Butcher. So, this is book one of the Dresden Files. I have a couple of friends who tell me, when I first started reading this series, they told me, they're like, skip the first three, just go straight to the fourth. The first three aren't that good. I disagree. I'm a A-type personality, a little OCD. I cannot just start in the middle. Even if the first three novels were bad, I would have still read them for just the purpose of going in order. Like, I'm an A-type personality where if I'm telling you something and you interrupt me, I start over from the beginning kind of thing. So this is my second time to read this series through. I love this book just as much the second time as I did the first time. So I am not of the opinion that you should skip the first three. This book is copyrighted April of 2000, so obviously this year is the 20th anniversary of the Dresden Files, and the 16th book in the series is Peace Talks, and that comes out July 14th, I believe. There is a trailer that will now be released online March 24th. At the time I'm recording this, it's next Tuesday. I am going to tweet out about it for my friends that are fans so you don't miss it. But it was originally supposed to be shown at Emerald City Comic Con, which got canceled due to the pandemic, and then it was going to be at the one in Kansas City, which also consequently got canceled. So I'm really looking forward to that trailer. This is a quick read. It's about 352 pages, totally readable in a day if you have the time. So I could not locate hardback. I wanted to collect the hardback edition of this series because it is probably my favorite wizarding series. Unfortunately, they are priced really high, and not all of them are available, and I didn't want to mix and match, so I just decided to go with paperback. And I know this isn't the first cover design, so just looking at the cover, if I were to pick this up in a bookstore and look at the cover, it's not something that would, so just looking at, if I just picked this up in a bookstore and looked at the cover, it's not enough for me to say, I think I want to read that. Let's read the back. Harry Dresden, wizard. Lost items found. Paranormal investigations. Consulting, advice. Reasonable rates. No love potions, endless purses, or other entertainment. Harry Dresden is the best at what he does. Well, technically, he's the only at what he does. So when the Chicago PD has a case that transcends mortal creativity or capability, they come to him for answers. For the everyday, hello, can y'all cut that shit until Mama is done recording? Because I would greatly appreciate it. Why don't you come up here and get in my lap and stay out of trouble? Come here, get in my lap. Quit terrorizing your brother. I know you hear me talking to you right now. Boo. Hey. Hey. You can't sit in my lap and growl at him like he's some peasant while you're sitting up on high. They are truly brothers. For the everyday, world is actually full of strange and magical things, and most of them don't play well with humans. That's where Harry comes in. Takes a wizard to catch whatever. There's just one problem. Business, to put it mildly, stinks. So when the police bring him in to consult on a grisly double murder committed with black magic, Harry's seeing dollar signs. But where there's black magic, there's a black mage behind it, and now that mage knows Harry's name. And that's when things start to get interesting. Magic. It can get a guy killed. Okay, so the cover might not draw me in. The blurb on the back 100% draws me in. It just has that sarcastic kind of 50s gumshoe sleuthing story to it, vibe to it that just attracts my attention. So my favorite way to describe Harry Dresden is I call him the Deadpool of the wizarding world. He has a lot of humor and sarcasm, always at the most inappropriate times or when he should really be keeping his mouth shut. I am a huge fan of the series. When I started reading it, I started reading it last year for the first time, and when my friends Brian and Steven were telling me about it and describing it to me, I'm thinking, you know, okay, here's another book about fairies and trolls and vampires and werewolves and wizards, because that totally isn't worn out right now. However, I gave it a whirl, and I'm glad that I did, because Jim Butcher takes all of those supernatural beings and he tweaks them. He adds something that is different for any wizarding story I've read, and he takes all the supernatural beings and adds something to them that's unlike anything I've ever come across. Very refreshing. I mean, the creativity is just amazing. While I will tell you there's not a whole lot of world building in this book, I can promise you that it does grow and develop through this series, and it is absolutely just astounding at what Jim Butcher accomplishes with this series. So I am so looking forward to continuing on with this reread as I'm gearing up for Peace Talks to come out. And I mean, as of right now, that is the book I am most looking forward to this year. So in closing, would I recommend this book? 1000% yes. I would recommend this book to anybody who loves to read or is just getting into reading because you've got a lot of time on your hands. This is an excellent series. There's so much humor in it that you're going to find yourself cracking up laughing. There is so much of intrigue, there's a thriller, there's mystery. There's times where it just preys on the things you're scared of that go bump in the night. I love this series. There is a reread happening on Twitter, and I'll link the page below that we're using to talk about it. There has been a little bit of a hiatus on it right now due to everybody's having to switch gears and kind of focus on getting themselves prepared and with work and all of that nature to work from home and during this horrible pandemic we're being faced with. So I expect we'll get that back on track, but this is the book that we are reading for the month of March. We're going to focus on one book per month, and Stormfront is the one for March. You still have time to jump in and take part. Like I said, this book is a real quick, fast, easy read. You are totally capable of reading it in one sitting. If you are a fan of this series, please let's chat about it. I will put a link to all my social media outlets below. You can comment on this video. Let me know if you've read it, what you think about it, if you're looking forward to Peace Talks, if you've already pre-ordered it like I have. I will never grow weary of talking about Harry Dresden. I will be continuing my reread, so I will post up a little non-spoiler review after each one. So follow along if you're interested. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me that you are taking the time to give my videos a watch. If you like what you see, don't forget to look below, hit that little thumbs up sign so I know what you like. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any future content, any future uploads. I hope you are all staying safe. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.